Hello and welcome to Who the Fuck Wants to Be an NFTaire? My name is Chris Tarrant apparently, and today I'm joined by Duncan Voice, who's here in the studio looking for an opportunity to win $1 million worth of Ubisoft NFTs. So Duncan, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks Harry, Chris.
Chris. It's Chris.
Yeah, thanks,
Chris.
Yeah.
How are you? Are you okay today?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm very excited to be here. Thanks.
That's
Chris.
fantastic. Congratulations on being fastest finger to the fucking answers. Congratulations for that. So, what do you do in your spare time and for a living there, Duncan?
Talking about fingers, Chris. In my spare time, I really like to put Mint Original Source shower gel. I can't even say it on my index finger to properly clean my arsehole. And I feel like anyone who buys NFTs or contributes is a daft cunt, and I hope they go bankrupt.
Well, thank you for that, Duncan. It's great to have you on the show. So, with the news that Ubisoft want to create and sell their own NFTs to gamers so they can play to earn, I thought, what better opportunity than to sit down today and have an opportunity for you to win an NFT from Ubisoft. So, are you ready for question number 1, Duncan?
Yes, I'm Chris. Yeah, ready.
For one Dogecoin, which currently is sitting at 32 cents a coin, answer the following question. Why do Ubisoft want to introduce NFTs into their video games? Is it A, shameless corporate greed, B, to reward players for their loyalty, C, to jump on the crypto bandwagon, or D, the New York Jets?
Or see, a shameless corporate greed. I don't think it's that, because Ubisoft are such great guys, and I really don't think they would be doing it for the great mates indeed. To reward players for their loyalty, I think that might be because every time I load up a Ubisoft game, I really like to go to the little rewards club they have, so I think it might be that. To jump on the crypto bandwagon, you hear a lot of people talking about it recently, and people say things like to the moon, so possibly
diamond hands all the way, hodl.
Whatever that means. But also the New York Jets, which I'm kind of leaning towards, but I just can't decide. So I think I'm gonna call a friend, if that's all right, please, Chris.
Of course, that's not a problem. We're gonna phone a friend. Who are you gonna phone today, Duncan?
It's actually someone I've never even met in person, but I can't wait to get my hands on him. It's my friend Shaun.
Oh, brilliant. Well, let's just give him a quick call and see if we can get hold of him tonight to help you win a Ubisoft NFT.
Welcome to the EE voicemail. I'm sorry, but the person you called...
You and I forever, baby, listen. Oh shit, the bitch!
Well, it looks like we couldn't get hold of Shaun that time, so let's give him another quick call.
Hoi.
Hi there, Shaun. This is Chris Tarrant from whatever bullshit name I made up for this show. Now, Duncan is with me and he really could do with your help, so I'm going to pass you over and you're going to have 30 seconds to get the question right. So, Duncan, take it away.
Hey, Shaun, how are you, buddy? Hey, I've only got 30 seconds, so I better be quick.
27 now.
Oh, God. Why do Ubisoft want to introduce NFTs into their video games, Shaun? Is it shameless corporate greed, to reward players for their loyalty, jump on a crypto bandwagon, the New York Jets?
Well, I see. I was born several hundred miles away from New York, so I don't think it's that. Shit.
Come on, Duncan.
Get a move on. Bear me 2 seconds. I'm going to phone a friend. Hi, Dutch.
Harry, how's it going, pet?
Yeah, not too bad. Actually, long time no see. How's it been?
Aye, not so bad, not so bad. What about you?
Yeah, I've not been too bad. Just playing a few games, waiting for Forza to come out.
Shaun, we're really going to need to speed this along.
Sorry,
Duncan's
Chris,
very afraid.
I'm on the phone to Duncan, who's on the phone to Chris, I think. He's got a question.
He's in the studio with me. He's in the studio, Shaun.
He's in the studio. He's got a question. A question to win Dogecoin. So why do Ubisoft want to introduce NFTs into their video games? Is it A, shameless corporate greed, B, to reward players for their loyalty. C, jump on the crypto bandwagon, or D, the New York Jets.
No, this one. It's definitely shameless corporate greed, like.
So A.
We are.
Okay, thanks. I'll relay it back to him. Thank you.
Leave on the pet.
Okay, Duncan.
Hi, Shaun.
Yeah, it's C, jump on the crypto bandwagon.
Okay, bro. Thanks, Shaun.
So, Duncan, that was somehow 30 seconds. Have you got a final answer?
Yes, it's B, to reward players for their loyalty. I knew it.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, B.
Yeah, you're wrong, so fuck off. Anyway, Connor's here as well.
Hello.
Well, everyone, I hope that you really enjoyed whatever the fuck that was, because that was, that didn't work out quite how I thought it was going to be perfectly honest. Did you all enjoy it though, guys?
Yeah, I loved it. It was great. Really proud to be part of that.
Hello.
Fucking insane. Oh yeah, and Connor's here. So today we've got a bit of a mishmash of a show. We've got 5 of us idiots. We've got myself, Harry. We've got Shaun.
Hello.
We've got Duncan.
All right.
We've got Connor. Were you vaping?
No, just did it on purpose.
Oh, it's fucking Shaun that's vaping. And we've got Dutch.
Hello.
And so, yeah, we've got 5 of us idiots today on the show. Sorry, 4 idiots and myself. And it's been 2 weeks since we last saw you guys because we took a week off.
We
and
did.
Literally everything in gaming all happened at once. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Who said that?
For fuck's sake, Shaun. Was that Uncle Eric?
It was, yeah. Go on, Eric.
Brilliant.
Love it. And now that I know he doesn't get copyright striked as well, I love him.
Oh, fuck. That means you're just going to keep putting Uncle Eric in. So, yeah, we took a week off, and literally the week that we took off, everything in gaming all happened at the same time, which was great. Oh, it's brilliant. But I was in Cornwall for the week, and I went to the most depressing place in the world. Have any of you been to the Monkey Sanctuary in Loo?
Not that I know of. I've been to a place called Monkey World. I don't know if
No,
that
it's
is
not that.
Okay.
Basically,
I mean, I didn't know there was a monkey sanctuary in the loo. To be fair,
it was a cage.
That's where they fling all the poo.
Oh, yeah, hilarious there, Shaun. Good pun. But no, it's basically a rescue centre for capuchins. And it was only after we left that I realised that one of the monkeys there looked like it wanted to hang itself. It was just sat by the fence with its lips like either side of the metal grate, just glaring its teeth out at everybody. And that is how I will remember that journey, is just a bunch of capuchins with like nooses being tied. It was so morbid.
That's a really sad story. And you're chuckling while you tell it.
I feel a bit bummed out now. Thanks, mate.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Cheers.
Well,
yeah.
What did you all get up to in your week off?
I worked.
Did you not watch any simians try and hang themselves?
No, I didn't.
Fair. Oh, I've really brought the tone down now.
It's a little bit miserable, mate.
Sorry, guys.
Fucking sad monkeys. Fuck me. I'm going to fucking top myself now after that.
Fucking sad monkeys. I did no such thing. You're not allowed to do that. But no, how was everyone's week off? Was it good?
Absolutely fine, thanks.
I'm glad that everybody
Better than
rushed to
Sorry,
answer me then.
I had a mouthful of beer.
That's all right.
Yeah, I actually got to play games, so that was good. Went back on Sackboy. Finally finished, because me and Lucia a few months ago started playing A Way Out, and we finally got around to finishing that. And it was just in time for some nice news that I believe is going to be coming up.
Oh, shit, yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that. Like
and
the
also,
best month of Game Pass ever.
Yeah, and also, yes, I am wearing a Acquaintance Oak shirt.
You're wearing it right now?
Yep.
I'll put the picture on the screen right now.
Oh, I will do. I've just seen Dutch's as well.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You'll have to pop both of
hello.
those up at the same time. Dutch, what have you been up to this last week?
How many hats have you got on?
all of the hats. I am wearing all of the hats. I'm a man of many hats.
I forgot what happened last time you were on the show, Dutch.
Yes. What happened when I was last on the show was
I pissed
magic.
myself. Is
Magic
what happened.
Is what happened.
How have you been,
Magic
Dutch? You been
sprinkles.
good?
I've been good. I've been very good. I've just new laptop, new life, new me. Live life, love.
Connor, what about yourself?
Hello. Working on the studio.
Well, thank you, Connor. There we go. That's the news from Connor.
Just working on the studio. That's pretty much about it. It's almost done now. Like 95%.
I did like that
done.
your green screen that you put up just had a window in the back that just glared light through it.
I'm going to black that out. So
good.
yeah.
Well,
95% done. Just got to get the tiles, put them on the wall, and then black out that window, and then it's all done.
then it's all done, and you'll be producing a fuckload of Halo content, no doubt.
Yep.
Well, we'll be talking about Halo in a little bit, but Shaun, did you want to get the what's it called, the housekeeping out of the way?
Sorry, I'm climbing over my chair.
Why are you climbing over your chair?
Back.
Oh,
I was getting my hat.
Hats on. Yeah, brilliant.
Okay. If you enjoy this podcast, and even if you don't, then be sure to follow us on Twitter, which is @GamersWatchCrew. I don't know who we're sharing it with this week.
Your local monkey.
Your local
Your local depressed monkey.
Share it with your local depressed monkey. And then subscribe to us on YouTube, which is youtube.com/gamerswatch. If your platform of choice allows it, give this episode a little like, comment, or review. And don't forget on YouTube to hit the notification bell to remind yourself when Harry decides to change the time again.
This is it. We're keeping it now. This is the final time. Mondays.
I heard that before.
Mondays, 7:30 GMT. 3:30 Eastern, 2:30 Central, 12:30 Pacific. That is when,
including the daylight savings that will
next week.
I was going to say November 7th is when it changes for America.
Fuck off!
I've already adjusted it on our banners. Don't worry.
All right. Well, bullshit. That's stupid. So, what time will it be then?
Let me get our Twitter up.
This is great.
Will be. My phone is so slow. It will be 7:30 GMT, 2:30 Eastern Time, 11:30 in the morning Pacific Time.
So 1:30 Central. Brilliant. So I can't even when I choose to set the time and give it at a set time, the world stops. Oh my god.
Oh, this is amazing. Please tell me you have more.
Jesus Christ.
I wondered why he sounded so far away just a minute ago.
This is like real life Team Fortress 2, and it's amazing. Christ.
Oh, well, fucking hell.
That makes up for the selfies you were sending last time. Shall we cover all of the news that happened in the time that we were off?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, this means I've got to do another stupid voice, doesn't it? I've already done the millionaire bullshit.
Yes, great mate.
Okay, let's go with this. So, hi there and welcome. My name is Harry, and this is Big Gaming News. And then in the week that we were off, Halo campaign dropped footage. PlayStation PC is just a thing now. Fortnite is shutting down in China. Cyberpunk is pushing everything to Q1 2022, and that is also including the next-gen version of Witcher 3. Xbox hardware is up 166%. Guardians of the Galaxy is great, but it's also terrible, and it's all Digital Foundry's fault. GTA 6 is in absolute fucking hell, and has been for nearly 3 years. So how do we fix gaming? Duncan, how do we fix gaming? Tell me, what do we do? How do we fix gaming now? Let's fix it. Tell me, what do we do?
Well, Harry, you really need to look at the dichotomy of the two brands between Xbox and PlayStation. So there's a real merging together of different lifestyles of gamers in it. But unfortunately, they don't seem to be... are you going to interrupt me because I haven't prepared anything else to say for this skit?
Okay, so Xbox and PlayStation need to make one console together. Brilliant. Shaun, will that work? Tell me that'll work. Have we fixed it? Have we fixed gaming?
No, I think really what you need to look at is...
But he just said that's how we fix gaming.
But I don't think that's the complete answer. I think what you need to
it is, but Digital Foundry said it was.
So is he a liar? Are you telling Duncan is Are you telling Duncan is lying to me?
I don't know.
So there we go. That's our attempt to really badly rip off. To really badly rip off Mitchell and Webb. So basically, yeah, everything in gaming all happened at the same time. But with us being a Game Pass podcast and Xbox centric, we're going to talk about Halo and we're going to talk about Forza Horizon. One thing I do want to say is, as much as I like the technical work that Digital Foundry do, people are now saying that Halo isn't good because one dude at Digital Foundry didn't like the look of it. And it's just like complete bullshit. He's saying it looks like worse than Halo 4, which it clearly doesn't. However, the Halo campaign trailer that we've all been waiting for dropped over the last week. Obviously, Connor, I know that you were amped for it, and
so hyped.
We will talk with you in a second. But I wanted to go to you first, Duncan. What did you think of it?
Very initially, I was a bit tired of it. I think maybe I'm just a bit bored of Halo. Oh no! But as the trailer went on, it grew me much more. I think because I played so much Halo when I was a kid, and it just looks like Halo 1, but fancy, which is no bad thing. I'll be an idiot if I say it doesn't look anything other than amazing. Interested to see kind of how it translates into that kind of Far Cry gameplay loop of, taking bases, etc. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm just I'm probably not the biggest Halo fan here, so I think I'll be going into it with some trepidation. I think.
Yourself, Shaun?
Yeah, I enjoyed the trailer. I think because one of the things I've been a bit skeptical about is how they're going to do the sort of open world nature of it. But the trailer did make it look really fun to just sort of rock up out of nowhere in a vehicle, just jump out and like grapple hook yourself into a crowd of enemies, punch shit out of them, lob explosive barrels and that around. So
did we all notice the bit in the trailer where he went and saved a load of soldiers and then they jumped on the back of his warthog and he drove off a cliff? Please tell me we all realised that happened. It's like, oh, Master Chief has saved me. I'm dying. He's dying.
Like, you're safe now. Proceeds to drive off cliff.
I want to just quickly say, I thought that the trailer looked fun. It didn't look spectacular. Obviously, I'm excited for it, but I am still disappointed that I can't play co-op. It looks better than Halo 4. Dutch, what did you think of the trailer? Because I know that we sort of shared a similar sort of worry about the campaign with the lack of information they were given about it a few months ago.
Yeah. Personally, I thought, because obviously I knew it wasn't going to change in terms of dramatic changes to overall graphics, etc., but I thought in comparison to what we got, it was a marked step up, specifically on the level of detail. If you have a look at the rest of it as well, the level of detail on the armor, the level of detail on obviously the characters, they made a point of showing off the level of detail on the grunt.
Good old Craig as well.
Good old Craig. I think the level of detail has definitely been stepped up. The lighting is definitely a marked improvement. Of course, ray tracing isn't there at launch. Big boohoo. But again, when that implements, we'll see another stride in real-time lighting, which is going to be obviously awesome to see, and then reflective surfaces, etc. So yeah, I mean, overall though, that particular trailer, the campaign overview, I thought it was literally exactly what it needed right this second. But this is obviously, now we're in the run-up to launch, so I think this is just the first of several we'll probably see up until that point. But definitely, it's got me more hyped. What
about yourself, Connor? Because I know that you are Mr. Halo. You are a Halo content creator. So.
Fucking love Halo. I wouldn't say I'm a Halo content creator, but I've done
for us, mate.
A few Halo videos in the past.
But what did you think of it then? Overall, pros, cons?
It looks amazing. Everything that was missing in the July reveal is there, like graphical wise. The textures are there. There's no pop-in. There's more mountings, as people were saying. The lighting's there as well. That was drastically missing from the July reveal. Gameplay wise, I said this on Midweek Mix-Up last week when I was on with Dutch. I'm calling this Halo Combat Re-Evolved because it looks like Halo on steroids.
Yeah.
In the fun department. There's so much to take in with this campaign overview, like there's going to be side missions. You're going to be able to go into these bases, take over the bases, and that looks like a hell of a lot of fun. But I'm hoping there's some replay value there as well. Maybe they get the Banished to take these bases back while you're off doing other missions, and then every time you come back to these bases, they're changed slightly, and that's something I would like to see.
It would be awesome if they could implement something like the Nemesis system. I know that they can't because obviously Warner Brothers have patented that technology, but to have something that amps up, because it's going to do one or two things. It's going to be Far Cry style, where you go in, you take a base, and then it's yours, or it's going to be Just Cause style, where it's like a constantly evolving battleground. And I hope that it's more Just Cause than it is Far Cry. I just think it looks really bloody fun. Like it just looks fun.
Even with the mini bosses, they've got names above their heads, so it's more of like a more intimate interaction between the enemy and yourself.
Yeah, it's not just endless waves of the same 5 enemies. There will be some differentiation between them. There will be some changes. There will be something to give each enemy NPC a little bit more life, and I like that as well. And
yeah, like when they bring up the map, you can see like there's like a section called targets, and like these are going to be probably some of these named mini bosses are going to be some of these targets. But there's one particular thing in it, the elite that's like hunting the Spartans. I think the elite's called Jaeger.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be like a more random thing. That elite could show up anytime you're out in the world. I don't know if that's been confirmed yet, but that's what I took from it. I took that it was a more randomized sort of thing. And I said this on Midweek Mix-Up as well. It was like a couple of missions in the Spider-Man PS4 game that this reminded me of. So I'm thinking that there's going to be maybe some sort of randomized sort of things where these characters are showing up to attack you at random points in the game.
I'm sort of blown away that all of the sort of things that I wanted from Halo when the July event happened and we didn't get to see all of these things that everybody said, I want to see these things. We're just over a month away from Halo now? Are we like 36 days away? Something like that?
There was some kind of leak. There was some kind of leak yesterday that there potentially could be a early access to the game. I saw
that as well. And I'm now much more hyped for the campaign than I previously was. I still don't like games as a service. I don't like the fact that it's gone down that road. And I don't think I ever will, purely because I think that tightly knit campaigns that are sort of put together and curated for a single game is better than an ongoing story that takes place over like 3 or 4 years. And one thing we have to remember is sort of the last games as a service that Xbox launched was Sea of Thieves. And I'm not going to pull punches when I say that game was shit on launch. There was nothing to do for probably about 6 months. And so I'm still very cautious about the fact that this could be a Sea of Thieves and it could be very limited campaign on arrival with then expansions coming in, adding to it. So I really, really hope that it isn't Sea of Thieves.
You know what it is? That's like a double-sided both insult and compliment, which is really weird. Because obviously we all know Sea of Thieves was, and I played it in alpha as well, and Sea of Thieves was beautiful, an amazing looking game, really, really whimsical and great for the first couple of hours, and then the holes appeared and there was nothing to do.
It's as wide as an ocean and as deep as a puddle when it launched.
Yeah, and then what it is today,
it's
hyper
immense.
Successful, 20 million players, unbelievable amounts of stuff to do, worlds to create, adventures to go on, stories and side activities and battle arenas and Disney collaborations and everything in between. So yeah, there's I hope it's not as shit as Sea of Thieves was at launch.
At launch,
in terms of content.
Yeah.
But I wanted to also get to the point where Sea of Thieves is now, where it has an abundance of content and replayability and just storytelling to it.
For Xbox, Halo has to hit hard. It can't have a soft launch. It has to hit hard immediately.
I think it will hit not semi-hard. I think it's kind of medium to above.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I don't think it'll be like Sea of Thieves, just because the sort of design structure of the two games are completely different. So like Sea of Thieves, you need sort of more content to keep it going, if that makes sense. Whereas Halo can be very, for at least the PvP and online sort of stuff, it can be very repetitive. I don't want to say repetitive because that sounds bad, but like it is just
it's formulaic.
Matches. It's matches against each other. So the main thing for Halo at launch for the online would be the amount of maps and modes, which, as far as I know, apart from obviously Forge,
I think
there's 23 maps, and as far as I know, Forge is the only sort of online thing that's mode-wise going to be missing at launch. So I think I don't think it'll be Sea of Thieves sort of launch, where there's only sort of two things to do, and you get very bored of them very quickly.
I hope not.
I don't think any Halo game has launched with that many maps.
No,
and for a free-to-play game, it's a big surprise.
IGN also had a first look, didn't they, at Streets? Is that the new map?
Yeah, the new sort of asymmetrical
4v4
nice. PvP map.
That looked really cool. That looked very good. Now, just before we move on to the Sidekickiest Sidekick, which Dutch you will be the judge of, can we all just talk about how fucking incredible Forza Horizon 5 looks from everything that we've seen, and also how hyped are we that it's going to launch a week today from us recording, or in 3 days if you bought it on early access. Oh, you fucker. Yeah, 3 days.
I mean, I won't like consistently bombard you all with screenshots and.
I know, I want you to. I absolutely want you to.
You will.
I will put it up in the highest version of 4K 60 possible for you all to enjoy.
I just can't. I cannot fucking wait. We've talked about Forza Horizon 5 constantly and consistently. For me, I think that the Horizon series is now Xbox's lead IP.
100%.
I think that,
and Playground is their best studio.
Yeah, 100%.
I can't wait to see what they're going to do with Fable, and that's coming from someone that didn't really play a whole lot of Fable.
Duncan, I think that your head is going to explode with the new Fable, isn't it?
Yeah. It's the only thing I want. I could, if I played no games for the entire year just to get Fable, I'd happily do it. Can't wait.
And oh my god, it's going to look spectacular. Yeah, I think.
And you know what? The beautiful thing is the engine that Forza Horizon 5 is being used on is the last version of the previous engine.
Yeah, so the engine we're seeing now isn't even. It's not even the next gen version, is it? It's not.
No, it's not the new one. The new one is the one that's being used for Forza Motorsport 7.
Motorsport, yeah.
And it isn't complete yet. It's still ongoing, still kind of adding to it. So the one that's actually being used for Fable is better than what we're seeing for the one that's being used for Forza Horizon 5, which also looks incredible.
That's then going to be crazy. 4K, 120, full ray tracing. Yes,
the level of detail is just going to be insane, especially if they're doing the photogrammetry like they do. Imagine if they're using photogrammetry in Fable, it's just going to blow minds.
I can't wait to see that, considering how fucking pretty this Forza Horizon looks. And that's coming from someone who doesn't really play racing games. I'm really excited just to drive around in this game to see the world.
And to hear the world.
Yes.
Too, yeah.
That ray tracing audio video is one of my favourite things coming from it before launch. Like, I cannot wait to slap a pair of headset on and just literally listen to the sounds of the engines.
I still haven't listened to that.
I've actually, obviously, I've been to Mexico multiple occasions now, like 4 times now. And in terms of, because I've done loads of these activity things where you go out into the jungle and do ATVs and climbing and ziplining and all that stuff. That's my bag. But in terms of the actual audio that they produce for those jungles as well, like that is such, like, it really takes you back into that scenario. It's such a strange thing, being able to hear like everything just going off around it. But that's what they do for the skies, and now that's what they're doing for the audio, where they just record it on like a 48-hour cycle. So whatever's happening in both the sky and in audio is what is literally being happening in Mexico over a 48-hour period.
It honestly made me want to invest in a Turtle Beach Recon.
Yeah, you better.
And also because of that advert.
I mean, you probably could have not told them to sack their marketing team. I think it probably would have gone a little bit better.
Yeah.
But I think Forza Horizon 5 is going to be basically, it's the first few days I'm going to spend doing what I done when the new of the remakes of Star Wars Battlefront came out, and I'm just literally going to be going around all the places like, look at that, look at this, listen to that,
it's going to move,
and then I'll be like, oh yeah, race.
Yeah. I think I am going to just fill my screenshots up with photo mode.
I'm going to go on the Pinata mini game and basically force a rumor that it means that Playground's secretly working on a Viva Pinata 3 and basically just make it happen.
That will be our mission and our goal going forward.
Yep.
And on that picture, shall we move on?
I'm starting to begin thinking this is a Viva Pinata podcast.
It will be. We will make it a Viva Pinata podcast.
We need a special episode of at least one special episode of Viva Pinata.
We absolutely will do.
We could do co-op with Thistledew Gaming.
Oh, we could. A shout out to Thistledew Gaming, by the way. Big shout out. That's Paul, by the way. Hello,
Anzo.
Paul.
Evening, Thistledew.
And Paul's here too. Hello.
The game in 600 seconds was awesome.
It was really good, wasn't it? It's very annoying that the content that they've put out first is already better than our content. It's very frustrating. Really, really frustrating. But yeah, congratulations, guys. It's great. Shall we move on to the Sidekickiest Sidekick event?
Yeah.
Cool. So we did the dad off a few weeks ago, and I said something naughty that I genuinely was concerned about keeping in the podcast. So I am going to watch what I say this week. However,
you're not repeating it for all those that missed it?
No, I'm not, Shaun.
Okay.
I'm not.
You said you were going to come on a child's face, didn't you, Harry?
I did, Duncan. Thank you for that.
I thought it
I
was.
think that's what I heard.
Yeah, cheers for that, Duncan.
Yeah, well,
Twice, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Brilliant.
It's time for me to go to bed. I'll see you later.
There will be no screenshots of that down below. So this week we thought, with Dutch being back, we could use him as a judge. We could use him as a judge because the four of us have had a couple of days to pick our ultimate sidekick. Right now, I had to change mine because Connor fucking ruined it, which is really annoying.
I mean, you could have kept it.
We are going to go in order of whoever I pick. Like, that's the order. So, Duncan, we started with you last time in the dad off.
Yes, I'm not going first.
We're going to start with you again. Yeah, we are.
No, I'm not going first, mate. I went first last time.
Fine. Shaun?
Well, we know what Connor's is, so we'll start with Connor.
I was going to say Shaun. Connor's going to go first. All right? So, Connor, please give us your ultimate sidekick.
Okay, so somewhere on another Earth in the old multiverse, we have a version of Shaun. And this version of Shaun
is handsome.
That's this version of Shaun.
A radioactive pot of oats so simple, and he's become oat lad.
Yes.
He has the power to shoot streams of hot sopping oats.
Okay.
Out of his wrists at the criminals of society. Kind of like Spider-Man, but it's oats that come out of his wrists.
Shoots stodgy porridge. Stodgy porridge out of his wrists.
Yes.
It sounds a little bit rapey to me. Shooting hot shit.
Where's his HQ though? Where's his HQ? If it isn't in a massage parlor, I feel like it's.
It's behind the massage parlor.
I shoot it at consenting adults only. I might add.
No, it's at criminal scum. It's at criminal scum, Shaun. And he says things like this: "Take that hot load, criminal scum."
Criminal scum? What?
Criminals come.
I think I missed the brief on this.
He says, when fighting these criminals, he says things like, "Take that hot load, criminal scum."
Jesus Christ.
And his catchphrase is, "You need a timeout."
Fucking hell.
Yes.
He says other puns like, "It's pretty oatless trying to defeat me." "I am the only oat for humanity." And his I almost choked then. His arch nemesis is cholesterol.
I fight that fucker every day already.
Okay.
That's my sidekick.
Absolutely love that.
When we were talking about this segment, I literally said no made up bullshit that doesn't exist.
I'm all for it.
If we are looking at quantum theory through the many worlds interpretation, then technically, yes, there is a universe in which an so simple Shaun Quaintance inspired superhero exists. So, also, I left another pot of oats on Shaun's.
Shaun's fucking did as well.
That's when I got the idea of it. When I saw that video.
And
lovely,
she
lovely
thought
video.
it was the Chinese, and she went downstairs, and there was a pot of oats on the doorstep.
We were waiting for like an hour for our takeaway to be delivered, and she heard something. She was like, "Oh, that must be them." As she was going downstairs, I saw the video you sent of you leaving it on the doorstep. I was like, I ain't saying anything.
You didn't tell her?
No,
she's already halfway downstairs.
Christ.
That's when I got the idea for my my sidekick version of Shaun.
I want someone to design that.
I like the fact it's not Oat Man, because Oat Man would be the superhero.
Yeah,
so Oat Lad.
Oat Lad.
Duncan.
Lad.
Please, can you give us your sidekick?
I didn't make mine up. For a second, I was like, "Oh shit, were we supposed to make ours up?"
No, no, we weren't.
No, okay.
Well, I broke the rules. Okay.
Yeah. So a chatty companion is great. Bearing in mind, I thought everyone was going to do this about video games. Yeah,
That was the brief. That literally was the brief.
So a video game companion.
To be honest, Harry, I saw Sidekick and I thought, I've got a great idea, so I totally ignored everything else.
Should we just sack this off? Like, what's the point? No, Duncan, come on. No, come on. Tell us your sidekick, Duncan.
So to preface it, a video game companion, they'll repeat their lines a lot of the time. It gets a bit annoying when they run out of dialogue. So a chatting companion is great. It's fine until you hear the same line repeated constantly. It gets a little bit annoying, starts to fracture your relationship a little bit.
Yeah.
You want to be able to romance your sidekick. That's nice, you pervert. My sidekick shuts the fuck up, lets you fling it around without complaint. Doesn't have any orifices to finger, so there's no messy feelings to deal with. Won't complain when you fling it into fire. That's right, my sidekick is the weighted companion cube. Thanks. I'll take the win now.
That's a good one.
Thanks.
I'm a fan of that one.
And it also stuck to the brief, so
and it is also a gaming-related sidekick.
Yeah, for a gaming podcast. Yeah.
Not a superhero companion. So simple.
Originally, I nearly went for Dwight Schrute. So
originally, my ultimate sidekick was just going to be Shaun. So
just me, not Oat Lad version.
Not Oat Lad.
Come on, you want to see Oat Lad version of Shaun hitting Game Pass day and date.
Oh God,
I do.
Shaun, give us your sidekick.
So last time I sort of misread the brief a bit and done Pokemon Dad.
Yeah, that would be embarrassing, wouldn't it, Connor?
I think I've misread the brief again a bit.
For fuck's sake.
I've stuck to its gaming. I've stuck to gaming.
It really isn't that difficult.
Okay, so
guys, no, look, let's just take 2 minutes. I literally said before we recorded and when we made this segment up, it needs to be video game related and no more of this. And in my exact words, Pokemon Dad bullshit.
No, there's no Pokemon Dad. I was just reminding people. Last time I was Pokemon Dad. No, this time I've chose the best sidekick in gaming is the long press wing switch in FIFA 22. And I'll tell you why it's the best sidekick. It's because it's really overpowered. So you switch it, the other team is then sort of shifting across the pitch.
Sidekick.
If you do the short pass, obviously they stay central to the pitch. So it creates loads of space. You can either bomb it down the now open wing, play through the middle, or utilize a few of the other not as powerful sidekicks to create a bit more space. So that's why it's the best sidekick in games.
Brilliant.
I'm so fucking annoyed at you, Shaun. Because
I take a punt. That is a sidekick.
Out tacticked him.
Because my fucking sidekick is Knee Crusher that King in Tekken 3 does, which is a kick that goes to the side, and you fucking stole my thunder before I could
Both
get
of
there.
you have chose variations of kicks.
Yeah. My sidekick.
I did think of the game Dive Kick at first as well.
That's a shit game. My sidekick is the kick that King 2 does in Tekken 3, which is his special move. And it is Yeah, it's a 42 damage right-sided kick, and it was the only special move that I could do in Tekken 3. But to be honest, it's not my decision to make. It's not my decision to make. So, Dutch, I want you to do it in descending order of worst first, and then the winner, like in Strictly. No, not Strictly. Come dancing.
I'll take my trophy
Come
now.
dine
Thank
with
you.
me. Come dine with me.
I would like a
Fourth
slight
first.
recap on Dunks first. Dunks, what was yours again?
Duncan.
He's muted.
Duncan.
So I was muted.
Oh,
I was having a drink. Mine was the weighted companion cube
from Portal
2,
yeah.
Portal 1. Portal 1.
Oh, okay. So that's last.
What? I'm the only cunt that sucks to the brief. Fucking bullshit. And go back on mute.
He's muted. He's fucking muted himself. Oh. Okay.
Get an angry selfie in a sec.
I can't even unmute him. Come on, Dunks.
No, you fucking can't.
Well, there's no indie choices this week. Dutch, who's the winner? Who do you think's the winner this week?
The winner, as much as I love Jen, it was off topic. That is a runner-up. I'm gonna have to go with the thoroughly thought out through ball.
Yeah, I fucking thought so. I'm really, really annoyed.
You should have went first.
I'm really fucking annoyed.
Duncan, can we just quickly talk about the good life again for a second?
Fuck off.
No,
back on mute.
Back on mute. No, it is that time as we always have when Duncan's on the show, which is just like every week
Not
now.
for much longer.
No, he won't be on next week. He's going to be playing Portal. So, Duncan, do you want me to do the voice?
Yeah, go on in. Whatever.
Okay. Hang on. Am I doing my Chris Tarrant voice or am I doing my cheesy
No, do the indie voice.
Indie voice?
Indie choice voice. Got nosebleed now. Yeah. Fucking malfunctioned. Yeah.
What is it? Fast. That's what you do with a stroke, isn't it? Face, ass, stretch, thighs. I don't know. Okay, so indie choice myself up. This week on Duncan Voices Indie Choices, Duncan has been playing the bunny hug game Moonglow Bay. It tells the tale of the bloke from Up, but he likes to go fishing in between screen tearing. So Duncan, did you enjoy your time on this?
Yeah, thanks Harry, you're great mate. Hey guys, do any of you know what the definition of a sidekick is in a video game? Anyone? No?
Apparently
I didn't think so.
Apparently no.
I didn't think so. So Moonglow Bay. Just want to start this off. Moonglow Bay has received some reviews from some fucking idiots on the internet because you get an option right near the beginning to select your character's pronouns. Now, if you are the kind of person who gets offended by someone's choice of pronouns, go fucking jump off a pier, you cunt. Because it's one of these nice games where your character can be non-binary, or they can be he or a she. Doesn't fucking matter. They can be in a gay relationship, straight relationship. Doesn't matter.
Because they die anyway.
Call yourself what the fuck you want. Doesn't matter. People are cunts. So anyway, Moonglow Bay is a fish 'em up set in the 1980s and takes place on the eastern Canadian coastline.
That was a cock joke.
That was a cock joke, did
Cod.
you say? No, that's
Cod.
later on.
It was a place joke.
Place isn't a cod, you idiot.
Cod is a type of fish.
Yeah, but a place isn't a cod. A place is a place. Hang about. You're fucking having a go at me about if geese honk or not, and you don't even know the difference between a fucking place and a cod.
I was just making a fish pun.
It's going downhill with this fucking podcast.
I was just making a generic fish pun.
Shut up. You rock up in town with your partner, who basically your partner wants to fish in this little town. Some bad shit happens. She pretty falls off of her boat or something. I don't know. And then your bloke or whoever, doesn't matter, gets really depressed, and about 3 years later decides to fix up Moonglow Bay by going fishing. So the basic, get it? Yeah, gameplay loop. That's how you do a fish pun, Harry. Got it.
What type of fish is a bass?
It's a bass.
Oh, fuck off! It's a bass, you idiot. You don't think it's called a bass? Tell me you don't think it's called a bass.
Well, then how would you have the game Sega Bass Fishing?
No, it's a fucking bass.
Sega Bass Fishing.
Carry on. Please just carry on.
Nah.
Just carry on, Duncan.
Shall I bother?
Please do.
You're just going to take the piss out of me, Harry? Shall I bother carrying on?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Oh. So it got its hooks into me quite early.
That was my joke.
Oh, fuck me. This is shit.
Carry on. Please carry on, Duncan. Oh.
Hello.
So, for fuck me. Do the next. I can't be fucking bothered with this.
No,
one.
come on,
Just
Duncan.
Carry on.
No, Duncan. I want to know about Moonglow Bay, please, because I played it and it pissed me off. So I want to know what your thoughts were on it.
So it's got a blocky art style, which is kind of akin to Minecraft or Roblox. I don't know. It's a shit game. Doesn't really vibe.
Very, very Roblox on it.
Yeah, it doesn't vibe for me. It's really simple. So there's not much to mull it over. Have I pronounced that right, Harry? Mullet?
You
Is
have
that right?
time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just checking. I've got other puns in here: crab, cod, and whaley. Are they all right with you? Is all right? Yeah.
Yes.
Just want to double check before I carry on.
They're good.
So the gameplay loop: you go out on a boat, you fish, you cook up meals, and then you sell them in a vending machine outside your house. That seems a bit weird to me, like putting fish in a vending machine. But whatever. It's the 80s, I suppose.
Wait, it was a vending machine?
It's a vending machine.
That's not
it's weird, isn't it?
That's not how you sell fish, is it? That's
but
disgusting.
There's also a fish market in town, so you're kind of competing against the fish market. Well, that's fucking weird, I don't know.
Would you rather buy fish from a market with like iced trays or just a vending machine at some bloke's house?
Well, from a guy who hasn't washed for 3 years either. Do you want to buy fish from him outside his house? You wouldn't. So anyway, you go out on a boat. Have I said that bit already? Yeah. So you got various jobs. So there's a little board in town. It'd be like, oh, Mary wants some fucking octopus, some grilled octopus. Go out and do these little chores. But then you've got things. There's like a bit like an Animal Crossing element to it. A bit like the museum, where you have to collect like loads of fish. Which is kind of addictive, but it really starts to outstay its welcome quite quickly. So it pitches itself as this cozy little fishing game, which is nice because I've got a big. I do quite like these alternative job games, which are kind of quite realistic. So I've been playing Lake as well for fucking ages. Still haven't completed it. Where you're basically a poster person. And it's just really nice and chilled out. And the initial kind of loop of Moonglow Bay is the same. So it's just a nice go out, do a bit of fishing, sell your fish, make a bit of money, upgrade your boat. But then but as you progress through the story and it's all about renovating the town, and it starts to feel a little bit like a fetch quest. And I don't know if we're talking about it today with what's it called?
Echo Generation.
Echo Generation. You said it's a bit fetch questy. It's kind of similar. So it's like, okay, well I've just sailed out 5 minutes to the fucking icy bit. I know, but I've got this one fish, I've got to sail back again. And it's just a lot of like to and fro in, and you have to earn a certain amount of money to buy this upgrade to then do the next bit. And it all just starts to feel a little bit video gamey, which I know is a bit of a dumb complaint. Don't mean to carp on about it, yeah.
I wouldn't say it's too dumb of a complaint though, because obviously I know that I don't get on with Stardew Valley, but you absolutely love Stardew Valley because it doesn't feel video gamey, does it?
Well, I mean, that's the thing with Stardew Valley is like with the, I don't know if it's the art style or what, but I mean, Shaun, I know you love it as well. Like, you actually give a shit about the town, and you make friends in the town. But I couldn't tell you like the name of any. I've played for about 15 hours now. I couldn't tell the name of anyone kind of like in the town, apart from some very specific like characters who were integral to the story. But whereas in Stardew Valley, I played that for like 300 odd hours, and every day I was just like, I didn't mind the loop of planting some seeds, watering them, going into town and doing my chores, and then repeating that, because I don't know, there's a certain kind of feel about it, whereas this just feels a bit flat. Like it really wants to be Stardew Valley, but it outstays its welcome like so quickly. And there's just some real kind of really fucking annoying bits to it. So I know, Harry, you had loads of screen tearing.
Oh, it was unbearable. I had to stop playing it, and it was giving me a really bad headache at one point. It was so bad.
Yeah, it's funny because I briefly played it on the S, and I did notice it. Then I played a lot of it on my iPad, like via the cloud, and it was absolutely fine. But when you mentioned that, I said, well, I'll try my S again, and it wasn't as bad, but there's definitely some screen tearing on the S as well. And it's not exactly a demanding game like at all, which is a bit weird. I mean, it's just some real fucking really irritating things. So when you go up kind of like north to, you want to fish up some ice lobsters or whatever, you have like these big kind of iceberg ice walls around you. But then if you position a character on the side of the boat to go fishing, the camera will go behind them, but then your camera will be blocked off by this big wall of ice, so you can't see anything. And it keeps happening. It's really irritating. And when you go to save the game, the button to save is off screen. So you don't at first you don't know if you're saving or not or going back. It's so annoying. And then they introduce these weird like boss battles into it. So all of a sudden it goes from a really chilled out game to oh shit, okay, well I need to now learn this new mechanic, which is what we've spoken about before with like Donut County, for example.
Donut County itself did it.
Yeah. But then the game doesn't give you any hint on how to get past them. It just completely like changes up. So I know at the middle of the game there's a gate that you need to get through, and there's a lot of fucking about to get the key for it. And it says, okay, well, I need I've got the key now. She's like, well, all right, we'll go up to the door then. She go up to the door, but it doesn't tell you like what to do. So I'm like 20 minutes I'm there fighting about in my little dinghy trying to get through this door, and then the game just bugged out and I couldn't progress for ages. And eventually I found out that there's like a tiny little like inlet that I needed to drive up way up north, but the game doesn't tell you any of this. It's just, it really wants to be like a really lovely little cozy game, but then also works against you. It's weird. I really wanted to like it, but just fell flat for me. I'm nearly at the end of it as well, so I really want to finish it off. But it wants to be like Stardew Valley, but it's wayly wide of the mark. Yeah, it's not called awful, but it outstays its welcome.
That pretty much backs up my 3 hours in it. I know I've said I don't really like Stardew Valley. It's not that I don't like Stardew Valley, it just isn't my jam.
No.
But I can understand why people do like it, and I think it looks phenomenally good. Moonglow Bay just looks like Roblox. It just doesn't look nice.
There's no shadows.
No, that freaked me out.
That really...
Yeah.
Fucking, but even now, I haven't got used to that, because it may... When did we say? I think it was Psychonauts 2. And we were talking about how much we loved it, and we said how the character like feels part of the world.
Part of the world, yeah.
And like this, you're not complaining the character runs fast, but your character kind of skates around town, but there's no shadows, so it's just it doesn't feel part of it. Maybe that's why I'm not getting the connection of, well, I really, I've got some kind of bond with this town, so I want to fix it up. I just don't give a shit. I'm getting annoyed that I've got to finish it off because I'm so close to the end. And one thing that especially bugs me, and it's such a petty thing, it's stingy as fuck with achievements. I get the dopamine hit of the achievements popping relatively often. I'm 13 hours in. I've got like 2 achievements already, and I've gone through the list, and you get them all ages down the line. And I'm like, well, yeah, I get it. An achievement should be an achievement, but I'm also like, I feel like I've got nothing to show for it, which is a weird fucking thing to complain about. So it's a shame because when I first started playing it, I really liked it, and the developers, I think CodeSync, do have a really nice thing where I think it's a Just Giving, where you what's the one? It's Just Giving, isn't it? Where you can like donate to their little charity of choice.
Yeah.
They're doing like an ocean cleanup thing. So they donated the game code to us, so I chucked them a tenner. But it's a shame, I think it could be good, but it just not for me. Not bad.
There's a couple of changes they could make that for me would make me want to go back to it. The first one has to be the technical issues with the screen tearing, because it is unbearable, and it's not good enough that this game has come out and it can't even play properly on the most powerful Xbox console. It's inexcusable. There's no excuse for them to have screen tearing in this game. The other few things they could do, I know it sounds stupid, they could slow the character speed down, they could put shadows in the game, and they could have a proper working collision system, because the amount of times I just walked through stuff, you would just walk through things and boxes would just appear, and you would throw your net out to catch the fleas, but it would be in between 2 tiles of the floor, and your net would just catch on the floor and not be able to move properly.
That's another thing. So I never had it where I walked through things. I kept bumping into stuff, but because all the hitboxes are just cubes, like you have to make an effort to walk around a thing. So you've got a dog in it. You're on this tiny little boat. You're trying to fucking move around to do some fishing or netting. Dog's in the way, and you can't actually get in or get it. Yes, it's annoying. What you said about the walking speed is quite apt. So I mentioned Lake a minute ago, which is just a game about delivering post in a really lovely little town in Oregon. You can't run in that game at all. Your character walks everywhere, or you can walk fast. But you kind of think, well, that might be quite frustrating. But because of the kind of game it wants to be, it forces you just to chill out in it. Whereas this game is really confusing.
I feel like I'm rushing around everywhere, and that defeats the purpose of the game.
Yeah, am I chilling out doing some fishing, or am I legging it around trying to save the town?
The nos.
Weird. yeah.
Deja vu. Yeah. I've got a similar issue with the game that me and Shaun are about to play. Now, have either of you guys played Echo Generation?
Yes.
Nope.
Ooh.
What did you think of Echo Generation?
Loved it until it got to a part where they hadn't thought through the possibility of someone not being high enough level and then being stuck in that area until you defeat them, even though you can't ever defeat them because you're not high enough and you get your arse kicked. So then being physically stuck there and having to restart the game again.
I think I'm on the same point as you.
With the teacher.
Yeah.
Are you stuck?
Yes.
Yep, can't do anything.
Completely soft locked myself. Cannot get out of it. And all of the people, I used to be able to fight the raccoons really early, but now you literally cannot fight anything to get to that point to level yourself up, other than the teacher, and he just kills you, and there's no way to beat it. And the game,
it's not just me then.
No, it's me as well.
There's no way of just fast traveling to your house or getting out of that, or cycling back to an earlier point because it doesn't have an autosave.
No.
That's weird.
System.
I think for a thing like that, they'd put a point of no return message up on screen.
They just don't have an autosave function. It's just a hard save or no save.
Yeah. So, Shaun, quickly describe Echo Generation. Just give everyone a quick overview of it.
So Echo Generation is a turn-based RPG that has, I must say, a really stunning voxel art style.
Yes, it does.
I loved it. That was basically what drew me into the game when I was looking through Game Pass, was the art style and the fact that it sold itself as sort of like a Stranger Things thing, where it's all based in a small town, and it's got sort of like a light horror mystery for the story, and that sold me straight away. And one of the characters actually looks like Dustin from Stranger Things that you can play as, so I picked him and called him Dustin. And you basically go around. It's turn-based like combat, and you go around trying to solve this mystery that is frustratingly fighting against you at every step of the way in the game. So I started the start of the game is you, if I remember right, you want to make a film about aliens with your friends, and you have to, for some reason, get your sister to leave the house. But it starts off by giving you about 10 different fetch quests to do, and some of them are layered within each other. So your sister will be like, "Oh, I'm not leaving the house until you get me a traffic cone." And you're like, "Oh, I'll get you a fucking traffic cone." And you see a traffic cone, and someone will be like, "Well, I'm not going to give you the traffic cone until you get me this." And you're like, "I'll fucking get that for you then as well." So yeah, the first hour is basically just going around this little town fetching stuff for people. And
that reminds me of that one episode of Ed, Ed and Eddie.
But outside of the combat, that is pretty much the game. That is all you will do.
Go here, talk to this person. He will say, I want this thing. You go and talk to another person who says, I want this thing, and I'll give you the thing that this other person wants. So you go to get that thing, and that person says, I'll give you the thing if you get me something else, to give you the thing, to give him the thing, to give that person the thing, to get you the thing that you need to progress from the first point of the game.
There's only like 2 or 3 sort of actual puzzles outside of the combat, and the rest is those fetch quests, which wouldn't be too bad if there was some form of quick travel, which leads me on to the second annoyance that I had. I'm pretty sure I spent 3/4 of the game just running back and forth between areas because there's no way to quick travel. So the further into the game you get and the more areas you unlock, the further you've got to fucking travel back to the town each time you need to do something. And if you die, and then the further you got to go back to the area again once you've got whatever you need.
And if you die, it just starts you with half health outside the boss battle that you just lost, and says, oh, you better go and heal yourself, and then you have to run all the way back to the start of the game to go to sleep.
The heal stuff as well at the start is sparse.
Yeah.
It remains sparse throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
You can buy
them
though
robot
at the treehouse.
Yeah, I got to the big robot thing.
You can buy them at the treehouse, but get this, if you use an item and then die, you don't get that item back.
Nope,
you lose it.
Yeah.
So you have to go back to your fucking bed to refill your health, and there's only 3 beds in the whole game in different areas. So there's a lot of running around, aimless running around to get to stuff.
Yeah, that is essentially my entire experience with the game. And look, it looks lovely. It's really witty. It's really funny. The characters actually have like a sense of life to them.
Yeah.
But I'm fucking sick and tired of just running back to bed. Like, that isn't fun. It's not fun. Everything about the game is brilliant up until you need to heal yourself. And then it is a chore. It is a straight up, flat out chore.
Well, I was going to say, there's another thing that I don't know if this is just because I was starting to get annoyed by other things. So it was like a domino effect where I was getting more annoyed by stuff that I wouldn't otherwise be annoyed at. But I went through and looked at like different reviews of the game and that, and loads of people saying that were praising the combat and saying it's really engaging. That I thought it was really like like one dimensional. Like there's zero strategy. Yeah. So basically, each attack and defense has like a mini game tied to it. But I don't find that engaging. That just it feels like it's been like slapped on to sort of try and hide how lackluster the actual combat is.
I tell you one thing they could have done to the combat to make it so much better. Add a block attack function. So you can sacrifice an attack in order to block. Not just do the bloody quick time event and hope that you don't lose as much health. Because even if you do a perfect block, you still take damage. And guess what? The healing items, you can never fucking find them. And then if you die, you got to run all the way back. And even if you take any damage whatsoever in a battle, it's worth more of your time to run all the way back to the start of the game to then go back to where you were, rather than risk going into a battle with somebody else and then have to use one of your like sacred healing items.
Yeah, Ugh. And that actually leads into probably my main negative thing about the combat is that it has I'm going to call it like the Pokemon syndrome, because there's comic books that you find throughout the game that basically unlock new attacks, but you don't ever need to use any other attacks than your most powerful one you currently have. So every battle comes down to spamming your most powerful attack and basically just trying to deplete the enemy's health before yours. There's no like strategy at all.
No.
But it not only that, it doubles down on the syndrome, by sharing the same skill points pool between all your special moves. So unlike Pokemon where you'll spam, I don't fucking know, double kick like 10 times, and then it's like, well, you can't use that anymore. You've used it 10 times. Your skill points, every move you do takes from the same pool of skill points across every character.
Yeah.
And then once you've ran out of skill points, you can only use your most basic attack, which is shit after about the first 2 bosses.
Mm-hmm.
So every combat, there's no strategy. It just comes down to, have you leveled up your character enough so you've got enough skill points to do enough special moves to take out their health before you run out of skill points? Because if you run out of skill points, you ain't going to make a dent in their health, and they'll just whittle you down because there's no way to avoid taking any damage whatsoever.
I made the stupid mistake of, at the start of the game, increasing my character's strength, which it turns out you don't need to do, because all I needed to do was increase my health and my SP stat, my special power stat, and I could have blitzed the entire game. But stupid me tried to balance my characters out, not realising that would cause the game to not be playable.
See, I done strength a bit, because strength does help, because it will boost the amount of damage you do for any attack. But yeah, skill points are relied on way, way too much.
Yeah.
So like if you do health and strength for the first few levels, you're going to be fucked, because you won't have enough skill points to take an enemy's health out.
You
before
will have
takes
to
yours.
start the game again.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so frustrating, because there's so many good things about it that completely get undone by the combat.
And then the actual story itself, and I think I am now nitpicking, but it got to me. Nothing really ever comes from the story. So I was hoping for this really nice mystery where there was a few twists and it sort of strings you along, and you're always wondering what happens next. And it kind of all just goes out the window, and you just like a non-stop roller coaster through different sort of things. So it goes from like a dead guy at repair shop to the pedo principal that you guys got stuck on.
Yeah.
There was a crash ship in a cornfield, a ghost grudge lady, which is a random pointless jump scare in the middle of the fucking game, which I hated. It scared the shit out of me. There's a glowing ghost knight. Then you go to like an alien VIP room, a giant worm monster, but there's no like connection to any of it. You just sort of, you turn up at one, you're like, oh, okay, you beat an enemy, and then next thing you know, you're in like a completely different thing. You're like, well, how, I don't get how this ties into what happened to the mystery. So it kind of becomes all a bit muddled, which is annoying, because it really feels like there's a good game hidden in there, but it's just so many design choices sort of just, it gets too frustrating for me personally.
My exact problem with Moonglow Bay and Dunks, I'm pretty sure you'll agree, is that there's a great game that is let down by really basic errors.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so frustrating, because Echo Generation looks stunning. It looks so good. And like you said, it looks like a sort of Stranger Things-esque game that basically just turns into a fetch quest, go to sleep, fight the boss, die, go to sleep, realise you're stuck, turn it off. That's it.
Yeah, that's another thing as well. So you got like the raccoons and the giant rats, sort of like enemies in the first areas. After that, as far as I remember, there isn't really any normal enemies. It is all literally just boss fight after boss fight after boss fight after boss fight. Yeah.
There's no
transition. There's no transition periods between one main thing and another. You just sort of jump around very quickly.
Basically, there's no real good segues in between segments. And on that, we're going to move on to Game in 60 Seconds. That's the best one I've ever done. Duncan.
Yeah.
I put last week's... Oh, you're not muted yourself. I put last week's clues.
Ooh, you're cruising.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Sick of your lips.
It's going to slap you when you're next in Cornwall.
He is. Duncan, what was your clue from 2 weeks ago?
I can't remember. Punchy, slippy cunts.
That was the one. Punt is my favourite one. Genuinely is actually my favourite clue that we've ever done. What was punchy, slippy cunts?
I think it was Battletoads.
It was Battletoads.
I remember.
Yeah.
And I only just got why it's Battletoads yesterday when I was writing the script up in the evening. It's because Slippy is the toad from Star Fox.
Yeah, that was. I lucked out on that one, to be honest.
Did you not mean that?
I thought it was just because they're like slimy. Frogs are slimy.
That was it.
No, it's Slippy Toad, isn't it?
Slippy Toad makes much more sense.
Yeah, that's Slippy Toad.
Good thinking,
We'll go with that.
My clue 2 weeks ago was I'm really proud of those blokes with a trebuchet. I think that was it. Pretty
Those
sure it was.
half dozen blokes with a trebuchet.
I'm really proud of those half dozen blokes with a trebuchet, and that is Rainbow Six Siege, because there's 6 of them. They're proud, which is the rainbow flag, and a trebuchet is a siege weapon. And Shaun, put your Desperate Dan coming out of a rhino's anus up on the screen for the people,
please, in all his glory.
I got this one on the show, and it's vile. So what is this clue? What is this clue, Shaun?
This is Dandy Ace. And the reason it's Dandy Ace is because it's Desperate Dan coming out of the rhino's anus from Ace Ventura. So Dandy Ace.
And you've said that this week's clue is better
Oh,
than
and Desperate
that.
Dan's in Dandy Comics. That's why, yeah.
Yeah, Desperate Dan is Dandy.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
What the fuck is Dandy Ace? I've never heard of that.
I think I saw it on Game Pass when I was scrolling through the app, and it looked really good, but it's also a roguelike, so I'm not sure now how to feel about it. But you play as a magician, and you have different like card tricks and spells like that to defeat enemies. And I was like, oh, that sounds really cool. And I watched the trailer, I was like, oh, it's a roguelike. So I don't know if I'm going to like it or not.
Sounds like a wanky Hades.
But it's basically like a campier version of Hades by the looks of it, which is, I don't know,
not for me.
Dandy Ace.
Now, Connor, you were not here 2 weeks ago. However, you've told us already what your clue is, and I've
actually changed it.
Oh, you've changed it, for fuck's sake.
Oh.
Mine's more of a sound
oh my God.
than a sentence.
Is it the same game, though? Or
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus. Dutch, are you ready for this? Because it's obscene how bad this is.
Come on,
Go on, then. Go on,
ready?
on.
Oh, my God. What?
You want to know what it is?
Yes.
Hang on.
What
Can anybody guess that first?
No, not in the
Absolutely
slightest.
no clue.
Do you want me to do it again?
Not really.
Definitely.
Do it again. Okay.
Yummy pigs.
What the fuck
It's
is that?
feeding frenzy.
Oh my God.
What's that bit?
Yeah, it's just enjoyed a nice meal, isn't it?
That's not someone who's frenzied with eating.
Well, it's the fish, isn't it? The fish is the thing that does the eating. You're
That
going to have to
wasn't a
buckle
fish
that
noise,
out.
that was a pig noise. You
That
know
wasn't
what?
supposed to be. It's supposed to
Nah.
be someone eating.
No,
like,
I'm not
crazily.
I'm not bleeping that out. Everybody is now just going to know what that is. That is not. No.
Or just say the other clue you had for it.
No. Nope. Nuh-uh.
It's a feeding frenzy. It's someone
It's
that's
not.
having a feeding
It
frenzy.
isn't. It isn't at all, and that is not going to be part of Game in
Oh,
60
well.
Seconds. Nope.
Sounds like a pig getting fingered.
I was trying to think, is Peppa Pig the video game on Game Pass, and it's not.
It's someone having a feeding frenzy.
Oh my God. Well,
Oh God.
You've ruined it now, Harry.
I'm going to do my clue. And I've actually changed the game because the one that I did was far too easy. Shaun,
that
you
the one
guessed
I
it
got?
literally immediately. Yeah, it was that bloke's not even a judge anymore, and that was Dishonored. But I've thought of a new one. Okay, so son, dad, granddad.
Oh, that's fucking easy.
What is it?
Echo Generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing that thing where you've just on the clue on the game we've just fucking spoken about.
Oh, well, the thing is that I come up
He
with
said
that
what
clue.
to was bad.
Fucking hell.
So is that? Am I just leaving that as it is, the turn that it is, and that's not part of the show either?
Yes, Harry, considering you ruined my one.
I tell you what, the next game in 600 seconds is going to be great. We're telling them the answers before they fucking get to guess them.
Okay, well, Duncan, you say yours, and I'll try and think of another one. Quickly.
Okay, yeah. So mine is behind lips, hardworking, going places.
Hang on. Say that again, please.
Behind lips, hardworking, going places.
Okay, what is that?
It's
Oh, yes.
Yeah, God.
Yes.
That's so good. That's so good.
How that.
Oh Oh my god, that is fucking incredible. Right. Oh, okay, I've got a new one. I've got a new one. Oh no, it's not going to work properly. No,
Oh.
I'll tell you what. Actually, yeah, it will. Jesus Christ, that hurts after a curry. Jesus Christ, that hurts after a hot curry, and that is
Okay.
because your ring hurts.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay then.
That one doesn't work either. Then no.
Okay.
No, it does work. It does work. I guess it's. I just never heard of the game. That's all.
Sean, just fucking do yours.
Roll up. Oh, okay.
Photoshop
So this one came to me literally last night when I couldn't sleep. So I was like, oh fuck it, I'll think of a game in 6 seconds. And this was what popped into my mind. So be with you in 3, 2, 1, and bam.
What?
What the
fuck? Okay, so for people listening to this on Spotify, hang on. Is that Tim Curry?
Yes.
Is that relevant? The fact it's Tim Curry.
Yes.
Tim Curry has got 2 babies in dog crates, and they say Candyland. And I don't know who the face is of the person in the background, but there's a woman chasing after him with somebody else's face photoshopped on.
Yeah, because she wasn't screaming in the original picture.
Right.
It looks like she's got a manic smile on, to be honest, as opposed to a scream.
I'm so confused. Yeah, she looks really happy that Tim Curry's stolen her babies.
Looks more like smiling. Tim Curry's trying to rescue the babies at this point, and that woman seems to be planning a murder.
Right.
Oh,
Sean?
Yes.
What the hell is that?
This game, Harry, is...
Brilliant.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll give you that one.
That's great.
I will give you that one. Oh, my God. Yeah.
Can you think of another one, Harry?
No, I'm not even trying because it will just be a sheer utter disappointment.
I'll make up for my terrible one just a minute ago.
Oh, have you got another one?
Yeah.
Okay. Lay it on.
Racing through a gallery. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fuck it. Yeah, we'll have that one as well. We'll just have loads. Loads.
Spam them.
Yeah. The bloke's not alive, and he definitely isn't running.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
There you go. Boom. So, on that, we're going to end this
game on Game Pass.
Yeah, all the are on there.
Are they? Oh,
yeah.
Right.
I'm going to end it because this is horrific.
Oh, that was quite the show.
No, it wasn't, actually. No, sort of undid itself at the end there, didn't it? A little bit. Dutch, thank you very much for being on.
You're welcome.
Have you got any game in 60 seconds?
I don't think I can possibly compare to Child Snatcher there.
No, I'll give you that one. Well, fuck me, this has gone bad. Whatever. Subscribe, I guess. Sean, do you want to do the outro?
Buy our bloody merch.
Yeah, buy our merch. And on that, see you later, Duncan.
Fuck you all.
See you later, Connor.
Hello.
And I'll see you later, Dutch.
Hello.
And from me, Harry, keep on listening.
And keep on helloing.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say that.
Jesus Christ. This is literally one of the worst podcasts we've ever done.